Welcome everyone to an awesome showdown between Gdain as Khorne going up against Uspus as Kislev. Now we're going to be on the Kislev troll country, so a bit of a home advantage here for Uspus, but this is going to be a DBD short bid showdown going on between both of these absolute legends. And for the side of Kislev, 3 units of the light war sleds over here on the left hand flank, backed up by armored corsairs in the front. The boys here with the pistols, good armor stats, and they're ready to destroy all of the Khorne infantry. Corsair spears here in the middle, going to be backed up by the Frost Maiden of Ice. She's just going to be here with the Death Frost ability. Not so good up against corners, they do have spell resistance, so I'd be very interested to see quite how this spell works. So we are going to have the Warbear Riders in the back, the good anti-large armor-piercing snipers. Both of us large of 23 can do some very nice stuff here up against Skarbrand. So for the Lord choice, we are going to have Boris Ursus, the fantastic legendary lord himself, with Stand Your Ground and then the Fury of Ursun. So a fantastic force here coming. Oh, listen, we're also going to have the Patriarch. I missed the Patriarch. How dare I? Oh, I can tell you why I missed him. He's on a horse. He's not on a polar bear. I'm very disappointed. That's why I missed him. But he's going to have the Brazier and the Ararai, as well as Battle Hymn and the Lullaby. So good healing, bonus versus melee attacks, and all these amazing stuff. So we are going to have the chosen Khornite infantry in the front, double halberds, and then double battle axe and shield. We're also going to have a unit of the Great Minotaur. So we are going to have the great weapons here for the anti-large and armor piercing, and the big bad juicy boy in the back. We are going to have Skarbrand the Exiled, the double dual-wielding battle axe, crazy legend of the Khornite forces, with Slaughter and Carnage, fueled by Rage, and then also the Rage embodied. The double cultist of Khorne, the double Uhtred of Bebember here on the big horseback. We are, of course, going to have Frenzy, all those great, amazing stats with the Sword of Anti-Heroes and the Gate of Khorne. So the tanky Fleshhounds here in the back, these bad boys are super quick and, with that physical resistance backed up by a little bit of armor. They're actually a little bit more tanky than might perceive the eye. Good charge bonus, good weapon strength, and, they can get in and do all the good work. So both forces coming together, the mass infantry push here, coming up against the ranged layered build here from Uspus. Could be quite interesting. Gdain, quite a formidable player, did play quite a bit in the Short Bid League previously, but both these DBD legends, they have some good experience. They have had the duck training for sure, and they're going to be coming forward here on the battlefield today. Fleshhounds are going to be in chase up against the light war sleds. These puppies, they do very strong as well. They do have magic damage, not too good here up against the Kislevite force, but magic damage can be quite good up against other Chaos factions. So here we go, the Cornflakes coming to the front line here, shields nice and high. They're going to be charging forward here for Uhtred of Bebember as they get in and fight up against all these Southerners. But they're going to be fighting quite strong here in the middle. They have pretty good AP stats, so they can do some nice work up against the armored Corsairs. So this is going to be heavy armor on heavy armor, and look at that, the big boys are going to be charging in. Minotaur Skarbrand just yeets straight for Boris in the middle. He went, "You boy, come here and challenge me," as they fight. Then Boris goes, "Nah, I'm going to go in the front and fight elsewhere." We don't actually have a Gate of Khorne here, summoning Bloodletters into the back to compromise the Corsair spears and do some fantastic damage throughout the battlefield. Patriarch will join the front line here. Boris has been rampaging. He is getting deleted by Skarbrand. He's doing the absolute business here on the Bear Man. The King can do very strongly here with good anti-large and armor piercing, but Skarbrand is having his way with him. We need some healing, and then we get the Battle Hymn, Stand Your Ground, but the Rage Embodied did cause him to rampage up against Skarbrand. We are going to move in here with the anti-large Corsair spears, but a lot is going to be rampaging. Plus 24 melee defense, thanks to Stand Your Ground, plus that leadership is going to be really handy in the middle. Now in the back we see Corsair spears fighting up against the Khornites, but unfortunately here the warriors are very heavily armoured. They're not really going to be doing much with that range or that bonus first large. In the middle, polar bears are going ginormously hard here. It's going to be anti-large on anti-large. Minotaurs with the ginormous battle axes, the double-ended ones as well, fighting into the flanks of these heavily armoured polar bears. And there's going to be all kinds of buffs going on here. So we are going to get the Hall of Khorne, giving plus 24 melee attack here throughout, that 35-meter radius. That's going to be catching Minotaur. Great weapons. Uhtred here in the middle, backed up here by some halberds as well. And considering they're going to be anti-large with bucket loads of armor piercing, they're going to do the business. And here we go, Uhtred in his true form, charging after Boris. The man here is an absolute slayer of kings, and as you can see, Boris has been sent with his polar bear with the tail between the legs. He's going to be off the battlefield. You can see big wounds here coming for the polar bear, and yeah, he's going to be hightailing it for the hills. So the massive weapon strength of the Fleshhounds charging into the flank here of the Kossar spears. Now they do have those spears nice and ready here, pronged to stab right into the underbellies of these gorgeous demonic beasts. But they're going to be doing some good 46 charge bonus, 65 weapon strength that can really wrap their good juicy teeth into the flanks here of all of the Kislevite infantry. In the back, I'm so surprised that the light war sleds are still allowed to run rampant through all of the Khorne's infantry. They're going to be cycle charging with good AP and anti-infantry stats whilst firing that hot heavy lead here through the good armor of the Khornite forces. So they're going to be charging, they're going to be a little bit slow, only 28 speed. They're not going to be keeping up here with the sleds. They're going to be pushing through the lines here of the halberds. It can get a little bit janky here because the halberds do get good deflect charge. And they're also going to be having charge defense versus large. But you can see that all of the units are going to be wavering. That is going to be an army shatter for Kislev. GG's and well played. What an absolute DBD showdown. Duckling training coming in at its maximum. And although Kislev, an extremely strong force here, Boris well and truly got his backside handed to him here by Skarbrand. Jesus, you can definitely see what this man had the cojones to challenge up against Khorne himself. But he does have 1,720 damage value for him. 1.3k there for the Minotaurs with great weapons. Those boys with their attack animations, which you definitely saw from Gorbals, etc. coming from Warhammer 2. Those combat rolls into combat is so difficult to pin in this monstrous infantry. The double Uhtred's coming in at 995, 450. These boys, certainly bring the business to the front line. They put out a lot of DPS, and those summons really do go far. 955 there for the Khornite halberds and 1,750. Excellent performance. 49, 460 and 750 there for the Khornite warriors. Only one pair for themselves, but of course those sponges really did absorb a lot of the gunfire in the front line. So we do have the double Fleshhound, 630 with 560, and a very overall nice performance here. So Boris, 1,068, yeah, he well and truly, he can very much here with the Patriarch if you get the good heals, and that's kind of why I put him on a Polar Bear as well, just to make him a little bit more tanky, so he can fight alongside Boris, even if we do decide to snipe here with Skarbrand, or maybe the Double Cultist. He just lasts longer, he gives more healing, he can fight, he gets bonus first melee attack, melee defense. He just brings some really nice elements here to the battlefield, but being on horseback, he's very easy to kill. 418 there for the Frost Maiden. I don't really like Death Frost. I think it's particularly weak sniping spell up against single entities, and even then it's going up against Skarbrand, who has mass spell resistance, so I don't particularly think that's all that wise. But, there certainly are elements you can bring here in Magic, but you don't necessarily have to for Kislev. So 1,350 there for the Warbear Riders, coming a little bit of an undertouch compared to what they normally do. Sometimes they go 3 to 5,000. I've seen them do it extremely well for sure, but 508, 760 and 700 for the light war sleds. 260, 460 and 430 there, with 180 for the armored Corsairs, and the spears getting 100, 240, 200 and 300. So strong performances even for the boys that, don't really do well here up against the Khornite infantry. To get a couple of spears here into the flanks of the Khornite Warhounds. So GG's well played here to these Ducklings. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, please smash that like button. Feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Take care.